Dwain, good to see you. You obviously had an announcement earlier this afternoon, and what was that announcement?
Yeah, we're pleased to announce that we've signed Cassie Cook as our next import. Cassie's a guard born in Maryland in the United States, currently playing college basketball in Canada. Yeah, we're really excited. We think we've got a bit of a player. She can, she's a good rebounder for a guard. She's a great passer, but she can also fill up the basket as well and keep that scoreboard ticking for us. So we think we've got a bit of a find there.
Obviously, when looking for an import, you know, what kind of players will bring? You touched on that briefly there. So what can we expect a bit more from her? Yeah,
so I mean, she's got really good range on a shot. She can penetrate to the basket and score herself, but she's also really good at you know, setting up the play and facilitating offence and making opportunities for others as well, which is something that we think is really important, particularly with the group that we've got. So yeah.
Similar or a little bit different to Chelsea from last season?
Yeah, a touch different. She's a little bit bigger, and she's not huge, but she's a little bit bigger than Chelsea. Probably a bit more of a presence defensively and on the glass. But I see her as being a similar scoring threat and probably yeah, a bit of a balance between three-point shots and the inside stuff, whereas Chelsea was more predominantly a three-point shooter, which, you know, had its benefits as well. But I think Cassie's going to be a bit more of an all-round, I guess, contributor for us.
And is she in the state yet, or when is she arriving?
No, we are fully anticipating her to be here for the first game next week. So yeah, looking forward to getting her here, getting her into training, and then yeah, into the first game.
How's the team looking? Obviously, you've had a bit more preparation than what you've had from last season. How's the team looking? Yeah,
we're getting there, slowly but surely. We've had a few injury issues, I guess, at the moment, and a couple of people away at the moment, so it's put a bit of a halt on our progress at the moment. But the good thing is we had that base of pre-Christmas workwear, so I think we're in much better shape physically than we were this time last year. And the next 4 or 5 sessions are about fine-tuning and making sure we're ready to go. But really happy with where we're at, very happy with the group that we have in terms of our mix of locals and youth and experience and that type of thing. So pretty well placed, and it's really exciting.
Expectations of the group? What are you expecting from this mob of ladies this season?
Yeah, I'm not going to put a ceiling or a floor on it just yet. I guess, you know, we'll get a bit more of an indication on how we go after the first game, but it's more about you know, making sure that we're playing the right way. We're playing a brand of basketball that people want to come and watch. And if we do that and we stick to our rules and stick to our structures, then the sky's the limit. I think going on our form from last year, our best was pretty good and up there with the best in the comp. But it was the other end that was probably the problem, where, you know, the games where we dropped our standards and had those inconsistent games, with the games that we had the problem. So if we can sort of tidy up the bottom end of it, I think our best is pretty good. So.
Next week or next Saturday at the Derwent Entertainment Centre, Launceston Tornadoes. Obviously, you'll speak more about the preview next week of what are you expecting. But anything you want to reveal for next week already, or keep it till next week?
I don't really have too much I can tell you right now, but it's really exciting. I think we couldn't have asked for a better matchup for the first game of basketball at the deck professional, you know, basketball for points for nearly 20 years or whatever it is. So it's really exciting. We're pretty pumped up and we're ready to go. Yeah, hopefully we'll probably see some fireworks in that first week, I reckon.
And how are you feeling personally? Obviously, for you being a local and growing up with the Devils, Islanders, and seeing games at the deck when you were younger, what's it like for you to be going back to well, people say at home basketball, but back to the deck anyway?
Oh, it's cool. It's awesome. I'm really excited. I'd love to be out there and strap the boots on again for the men's team if I could, but I'm not quite up to that anymore. But I think it's really exciting. It's great for the sport. I think it's a great result for our club to have basketball back at the deck. And I think it's only going to be a positive for us going forward. And I encourage everyone, Chargers supporters or basketball supporters in general, to take this opportunity as much as we can, because it's a good chance for us now to put some bums on seats in a stadium like this and send a message to, you know, government and sponsors and things like that the basketball community in the south is united, and you know, we want to make a run at it.
Well, Dwayne, good to hear from you. Obviously, we'll hear more from you next week as we get closer to round one. But thanks for your time today on Chargers TV.
No worries. Thanks for having me.